It's a tried and true path to political success. Convince voters that you care deeply about the challenges they face and that your opponent doesn't. That urge to empathize is now taking hold in the Massachusetts governor's race, with Republican Charlie Baker and Democrat Martha Coakley working hard to establish themselves as the compassionate choice. WGBH News reporter Adam Riley has more.
Democrat Martha Coakley started the day by touring the New England Center for Homeless Veterans, hearing about the programs and services it provides.
We all need help in life. We all need support.
Afterward, Coakley suggested that if Republican Charlie Baker becomes governor, homeless vets could be hurt, and cited Baker's tenure running Harvard Pilgrim Health Care to make her case.
He outsourced all the mental health, and he cut the budget so that many people were left without important services to deal with mental health issues. We know how important this is when we talk about homelessness.
But according to Baker, it's Coakley and her fellow Democrats who don't worry about the homeless the way they should.
Massachusetts, right now, is serving approximately 2,300 families in hotels and motels, a real human tragedy. In the 1990s, Massachusetts, under work that I did, won national awards for the work we did creating supported housing for homeless people with mental illness.
Welcome to the stretch drive of the 2014 Massachusetts governor's race, where being caring instead of callous is suddenly a top priority.
One-on-one with Charlie Baker and Martha Coakley.
You saw it in yesterday's WGBH Boston Globe debate, when Coakley blamed Baker for outsourcing jobs at Harvard Pilgrim.
There were 200 jobs outsourced to India at a time when Harvard Pilgrim had already been turned around.
For his part, Baker got choked up over what he called a basic misunderstanding of his character.
I care about numbers, and I don't care about people. That's the single biggest thing that drives me up the wall.
Of course, not every politician's attempt to showcase their empathy is successful. Bill Clinton pulled it off with aplomb.
And I've been out here for 13 months, meeting in meetings just like this ever since October, with people like you all over America. People that have lost their jobs, lost their livelihood, lost their health insurance.
But when George H.W. Bush announced, "Message, I care," he was mocked. Now Coakley and Baker have to show they mean it without seeming maudlin. It's fascinating because I don't think either Coakley or Baker have the natural gift for this that someone like Bill Clinton does. And what's more, they've both done jobs. Coakley's been a lawyer. Baker has been sort of a policy and a numbers guy. They've done jobs that make it extra hard to convey this sense of caring and empathy. So they're both fighting an uphill battle. They're doing it at the same time, and they're doing it in a race that's really close.
Has either one of them kind of broken out of the mold? I mean, Martha Coakley has that ad about her brother's suicide, which is very touching. I mean, is that enough to do it?
I actually give both of them a lot of credit. It's worth noting in the polls that Baker has done very well with women who, are said customarily to put a premium on this kind of thing. And he's also done well in urban areas where you wouldn't necessarily expect him to, which suggests that he's doing a good job convincing those people he cares about their needs. For Coakley, like you said, I think the fact that she had this experience with her brother having mental health issues and taking his own life, she has been able to speak about that in a way that doesn't, to my ear, sound opportunistic. It sounds genuine. She folds it back into questions of policy, and I think that has helped her surmount, her lawyerly tendencies.
But as you point out, there's certain people, and not just politicians, who have that facile manner that just comes off as being deeply genuine and caring, which really doesn't speak to your character necessarily. I mean, look at Bill Clinton, because he had some other character flaws.
He did indeed.
But it just, you have a hard time emoting that or projecting it or making the person next to you feel it, and neither one of them has that natural gift.
No, neither one of them does. And you know who I think does, in addition to Clinton, is Governor Deval Patrick, who I remember, you probably remember this too, sitting down with him when he was this no name, no one thought he had a chance to win. And he did that thing he does, where he arches his eyebrow and gives you sort of the Clinton tractor beam effect, where it's like he may be thinking about what he had for breakfast, but it seems like he's paying really close attention to all the good points you're raising and thinking them through and reckoning with them. And neither Baker nor Coakley is a Patrick.
Is there anybody else not just running for governor, is there anybody else in the pack who would you say might?
No, I don't see anyone else who has it quite that way. I mean, I think Maura Healey, the Democratic nominee for AG, is probably the most naturally gifted politician in the mix this year. But she doesn't have the Patrick sort of once in a generation, Clinton tractor beam thing going on.
All right, Adam Riley, thanks for keeping us posted,
Emily.
as always.